Hello guys, good evening. I hope I'm audible.
Hi, sir. Good
Yeah,
evening.
hi,
Yes, you are
hi.
audible.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, let me just share my screen. Yeah, good evening. Let me just share my screen. Yeah. All right, guys. So welcome to Red Hat Linux course. My name is Amit, and I'll be your trainer for the entire course. Okay, so before we start, let me just give you a brief about this course. So this is basically preparation for RSCS exam, and it will be a 50-hour duration course. Okay, and we are going to learn Linux fundamentals plus basic shell scripting and basic Ansible automation. All right, so after we finish Linux fundamentals, we will jump to shell scripting and then Ansible automation. Shell scripting and Ansible automation are two very popular tools which are still used in the industry. Ansible is maybe we can say new, it's like 3-4 years, but Ansible exists from the day one when we talk about Linux. Okay. So yeah, so Ansible and Bash, shell scripting, and the Linux fundamentals. Okay, so last time I explained you all what is the Linux operating system and why do we have so many versions of Linux like Ubuntu, CentOS, like that. Okay, so as you know, it's in the open source platform. So group of developers can download the original source code. They can modify it, uh, add new features, add new commands, and redistribute it by a different name. It's all legal. Okay, that's why we have different versions of Linux, and there are like hundreds of versions available in the market. Most of them are free to use. Some of them require license fee for the support and for the updates. Okay, which I'll explain you time to time. Okay, as we proceed with the course, I am going to explain you all of the things. All right, so let me start the slides. Yeah. So today, what I have decided is I'm going to teach you how you can create your own Linux virtual machine so that you enable yourself for the practice. Okay, so you need to practice Linux on a virtual machine. So maybe you can use the virtual machine online, which we are going to provide you using the URL like labs dot sorry, it's like racks, yeah, racks.nwkings.com. So if you have your credentials handy, or might be you might have received them in your email, you can log into your online lab. You will see a topology like this, where you have two Linux servers on either side, left and right, and you can connect to the Linux server just by simply click start. Once the machine is started, it takes just 2 seconds to start. Okay. Once the machine is started, you can again click the same machine again. In a new tab, the console or the screen will open. Okay. So this is how you can get the access of a server online from the networking's lab, online lab. Okay. If you want to have a virtual machine created on your own laptop or desktop, then we are going to follow a process. We are just going to install some tools. We are going to use ISO, and that's it. Okay. So let me tell you about what are we going to use. First of all, we need to have the Red Hat ISO, the installer image. Okay. And we need to have a developer license. Okay. So why do we need developer license? Although Red Hat Linux, you can download for free, you can use it for free, but the updates and the support is paid. You need to pay a fee to get the monthly updates or weekly updates like that. Okay, so in order to keep your operating system secure, you need to update it time to time. Okay, so if you pay for the fee, subscription fee, you're gonna get the updates, or you can get a developer license. See, as a fresher to Linux, you can have a developer license for free for 1 year, and then you can, play with the Linux operating system. And obviously, we are going to go through the entire fundamentals, so it will be really handy. Okay. Second thing we need is a virtualization platform, a VMware player application, or a VirtualBox application, or Hyper-V. What I prefer is we should go with VMware player. The reason is it is easy to install, it is easy to manage, and the installation of Red Hat Linux is also automated. Okay, because I don't want to confuse you guys from day one with multiple options which are there in the installation. Okay, so let the VMware player install the app, the Red Hat Linux operating system by itself. And once we cover the storage part, like how to manage a hard disk, how to create partitions, then we will revisit the installation part in detail. Okay, because when you enter, when you start working as a Linux administrator, maybe you would be required to create virtual machines and to install Red Hat Linux operating system. At that time, you should not be Googling stuff, right? So you should be aware how to do that, how to create the partitions, how to create mount points, or maybe um, how to install a specific software or specific environment. There are multiple options during the installation. Okay, but right now we are going to use the easy install method, which is already there in VMware. Okay, just to get you started with Linux. Okay, we need a functioning proper virtual machine in our laptop or desktop so that we can start the journey, right? Okay, so these are the two important things. So first of all, let us have a look at the Red Hat ISO and the developer license. So what you can do is, let me right now copy this link and paste it into the chat so that you guys can also open this. Okay, you cannot copy anything from the chat, but you can click. Okay, when you click on the link, a page will open. You can then copy the URL and save it somewhere. Okay. All right, so this is the page from the redhat.com, and it is for the no cost RHEL developer subscription. Okay, what is RHEL? Red Hat Enterprise Linux. And we are going to study Red Hat Enterprise Linux version 9. Okay, so we are going to download version 9 and install. Okay, so before we download, let us register ourselves onto the Red Hat portal so that we get the 1 year developer license for free. How to do it? Just scroll down in the same page, scroll down. When you see Go Get It section, you will have the first word as download. Maybe you can open a new tab or simply click it. Okay, when you click it, you will see a download page where all the versions will be listed, starting from the latest 9 and then 8.6, 8.4, like that. So in version 9, you have to download the version for x86 64, which means the 64-bit. Okay, and we will download the DVD ISO, not the boot ISO. Ignore this one. So DVD ISO is going to be approximately 8 GB, 9 GB. It's 7.9 GB. Yeah, it's 8 GB. So simply click it, click the download button. Now in a new screen, your credentials will be asked. Obviously, you are new to Linux, new to Red Hat, so you don't have a Red Hat account. Simply click register on Red Hat account. That's it. Okay. You can create a login, choose any username, type in your email ID, your first name, last name. In the company, you can just mention not applicable or NA. And for the job role, you can select any job role, choose a strong password, and that's it. Okay. So this is it. When you click next, you will be registered. Just remember your credentials, your Red Hat login, and the password. Just save it somewhere. Okay. Once you are registered, you can go back to the same page using the same link. Let me open the link again. Let me open the link again. Okay. So again, go to the same download button, download link in the same blog, and then go to this download 7.9 GB DVD ISO. Now this time you have your credentials handy. Okay, type in the details, log in. And once you log in, you will have this red button, download RHEL. Although you don't have to click it, as the download save as will automatically pop up. So this save as will pop up automatically and save it. Wherever you have 910 GB free, you can just save this file. Okay, I have already downloaded, so I will not download it again. I will click cancel. That's it. So with this one single step, you registered as a developer, you have 1 year license, and you have also downloaded the ISO. Okay. Now, when you have the ISO handy, what is the next step? The next step is download and install VMware Player. Okay. Or you can also use Hyper-V or VirtualBox. But what I recommend is for the initial or for the start, just use VMware Player. Okay. So you can use this link, which I have in the PPT, also sharing over the chat. Okay. So just click on the second link. A page will open. Make sure you select the latest version. Let it load, then I will show it to you. Yeah. So you see this select version. Make sure you are selecting the latest one, 16.2.4, and then download button for the Windows. I'm using a laptop. It is a Windows laptop. That's why I'm going to use download now, which is for Windows 64-bit operating system. Okay, so simply click download now, and that's it. Your application executable file will be saved. Okay, so once this is done, you have to simply double click the installed or the downloaded application, the exe file, and that's it. Install VMware Player. Once you finish installation, maybe it will ask you to restart your system. Okay, so after reboot, just go to your start menu and type VMware. So this is it, VMware Workstation Player, version 16. Okay. All right. So yeah, so this is the home page of VMware Player. On this page, we are going to use the first option, create a new virtual machine. Although you see some machines created on the left, you can ignore them for now. You won't see anything on your application. Okay, so these are my machines. So on the right hand side, the first link, create a new virtual machines, click it. So it is going to ask you 3 options. So you just simply select the second one where you are going to install, you're going to select RHEL9 DVD ISO, right? So simply browse and select the RHEL9 ISO, okay? And then click next. Okay, I think VMware Player is not yet configured, or maybe I'm using the older one. Hold on. Just a second, let me check. Yeah, so I'm using older version. So the latest version includes the easy install method for RHEL9. So you can install Red Hat virtual machine without doing anything. Simply load the ISO and that's it. Okay, but in my case, it will ask me to do the installation. Let's see. Okay. So RHEL9, select open, click next. So in the next screen, it will ask you the type of the operating system. So it is a Linux, and I don't see Red Hat 9 here, obviously, because I'm using an older version of VMware. Okay, so I'm going to use, let's say, 64-bit RHEL 8. Okay, click next. Now give a name to your machine. Let's say RHEL 9. This is what August batch, August RHEL 9. Okay. Click next. Now it is asking you to secure the capacity of the disk. So I'm selecting the default 20 GB. So make sure you have 20 GB in your C drive, because as you can see, the location is C drive users like that. So yes, I have 20 GB, so it's okay. Customize the hardware. It's not showing anything, no worries. Let me click finish. Okay, so that's it. Your machine has been created, although it does not contain any operating system. It's just a what do you call it, bare metal machine. Okay. So next step is to customize the hardware. Select this option, edit virtual machine settings. Okay. So in this edit virtual machine settings, you will see memory 2 GB. So this virtual machine has 2 GB. Make sure your laptop or desktop has at least 4 GB of RAM. Okay. So if it has 4 GB of RAM, then yes, you can use VMware Player to create your own virtual machine. Okay. Recommended memory is 2 GB, although it can also work with 1 GB. So let me select 2 GB for now. Processors, minimum should be 2. Hard disk 20 GB already selected, that's fine. CD DVD, as you can see, RHEL 9, Red Hat Enterprise Linux version 9 DVD ISO is already loaded. Okay. Just a second, guys. Okay. As you can see, DVD ISO image is already loaded. That's fine. And remaining settings, you don't have to bother about anything else. Simply click OK. That's it. So what changes we have made? Memory 2 GB, processors 2. That's it. Click OK. So now we have sufficient resources on our virtual machine. Now it's time to click play virtual machine button or the link. Okay. So simply click play virtual machine. On a new screen, you will get this console of the virtual machine, or we can say the screen, the output of the virtual machine. So as you can see, the menu, this is the installer menu. It is asking to select any option. The first option is install Red Hat Linux 9. Second option, test this media and install Red Hat Linux. Test means it is useful when you're using an actual DVD. Maybe there are some scratches on the DVD. Maybe during the installation stage, some data is not being captured, or the DVD cannot be read. Okay, because of those scratches. So it's better to test that DVD first before starting the installation. Okay. So as you know, we are using a digital format, the ISO. So let's use the first option. No need to test. If you're using the latest version of VMware Player, it will be an easy install. You don't have to select anything. The moment you start the virtual machine, it will initiate the installation part. After 15 minutes, your virtual machine will be ready. But in my case, I have to now navigate through various options and then proceed with the installation. Okay. But still, it's a learning for everyone. Although we are going to revisit this again when we finish storage chapters. Okay, storage topic. All right. So let me select the language. English US is fine. Click continue. So this is the installer application. Okay. Now in this screen, you see multiple options: keyboard, language, support, date, time, like that. So what I prefer is, first of all, activate the network. On the last section or the last column, you see network and host name. Click it. And okay, that's fine. The network is already activated. The IP address is also assigned. And in the host name, it's blank. Let me set a host name. Let's say node 1, or let's say server 1. Okay, I'm giving a name to my server 1. Apply the name and click done. All right, we have activated the network. We have added a name to the server. Next is time and date. Click it. Okay, so right now my current location is Delhi. So I am going to select Asia, Kolkata as the time zone, which is already selected, which is okay. Click done. Then I'm going to select installation destination. Click it. I just have to select automatic, which is already there, and click done. That's it. These are the settings we had to navigate. Okay. When we finish storage topic, we are going to revisit this installation destination and we are going to customize the installation. I'll tell you what to do. Okay. All right. So the last thing is set a root password. Root is a user who is the administrator in Red Hat Linux, in Linux overall, in general. Okay. So root user is there in Linux operating system who is the administrator, or we can say the administrator account. Username is root and root is the administrator or super user. Okay. So we need to set it. So let us set, I'm going to set Red Hat as the password for now, although it's a weak password, but still. And I will select allow root SSH login with password. That's it. Click done 2 times. Okay. Why 2 times? Because we are using a weak password. So we have to press done 2 times. Okay. Another option is user creation. Let us create a user, a non-root user. Okay. There is only one root. Another users are called non-root user. So let me give a full name as a student. Username will also be student. Make this user administrator. We can select this. This means the student user will log in as a normal user, and then using a sudo command, sudo, sudo command, student user can become root. I'll tell you how this happens. Okay. Set a password. I'm setting Red Hat again. Okay. I'm going to press done 2 times. That's it. Now I have selected all the options and I've set the root password. User has also been created. Now let's begin the installation. Click the blue button, begin installation. Now it is going to take some time, 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Okay.
Sir, I have one question.
Yes, please.
Yeah, while we were giving the credentials for the root name, there were 2 options like lock the account and another. If in case we press the first option like lock the account, so for that option, like in future, we cannot change the password or like that is something else.
See, basically what happens is if you log the account, then you can use student as a user to log in and then become root using sudo, and then you can unlock the account. Okay, that is possible. If you forget to create a secondary user, a non-root user, then you have to do a troubleshooting, which is recover the root password. Okay, there are series of steps. You have to restart the system, not your laptop, the virtual machine. You have to restart your virtual machine and you have to follow some steps and you have to reset the root password and unlock the user. Okay, that is part of troubleshooting. Although we will revisit everything, we are going to see how we can troubleshoot all this, because this is actually a practical scenario in companies. These things happen. Yeah, sometimes root password is required to log in. Others users are not able to log in. Only root can log in, but root password is not working due to some reason. So at that time, root password will be resetted or recovered. Okay, using the process or using the steps.
So root, like root here is the admin and student is another like a user.
Yeah, normal user, non-admin user. Yeah.
Okay.
Non-root user. Technical word is non-root.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
So if we want to get to the student one, then we have to like get to the command which you said like sudo. So then we will be getting to the student one, right?
See, login to student is simple. You just log into student user. Let me show it to you how it works. Let me go to the online lab. Hold on. Yeah. So this is the same thing on online lab. You get the pre-installed CentOS operating system. CentOS and Red Hat operating system are exactly the same. Okay. CentOS is free to use, free to modify, but there is no support available. Okay. But on Red Hat, support is there if you get a subscription. Okay. So in CentOS also and Red Hat, everything is the same. If you, let's say there is a user created by the name user. So as you can see on the login screen, you have the name. When you click the name, it will ask for password. The password is test123 T capital. You can see the details here. Username is user, password is test123. So this label is already there. Okay. So I logged in as a normal user, not as a root, as a normal test user, and there you go. Now, if I want to become root, I can run a command in this terminal. This is the terminal application. Okay. I'll explain you once the machine is ready. So I can use sudo command, su hyphen command, and then I can become root. And there you go. I become root, right? So this is the method. How a normal user can log into the system and become root. Is it safe? Yes. Can everyone do this? No. Not every user can become root. Only those users who are part of sudo configuration can become root. And who will be the part of sudo configuration? Only the system administrators. Let's say there are 3 Linux administrators in your company. So only 3 people can become root using sudo. Otherwise, in your Linux server, there may be hundreds of users. Okay, they cannot become root. They will not be part of sudo configuration because they may be application user. They just need to open the application and fetch the data or maybe input the data like that. Okay, so only the administrators will be able to become root using sudo, not everyone. Let's have a look on this machine. So total number of applications are 1170. How much of done? 1166. Only 3-4 are remaining. Let's wait. By the time, if you have any other questions, you can ask me.
Hello, hello,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes. Hi.
Sir, actually, I am looking for certification. So please
Okay.
give me intro about the exam pattern and about certification.
Yeah, sure. So basically with Red Hat Linux, with Red Hat organization, if you want to prove your skills, you should get certified. And with Red Hat, the first certification is RSCSA, which means Red Hat Certified System Administrator. Okay. So in this certification, it's all about the Linux fundamentals. Okay. And it will be a 3-hour duration exam. Almost 20 questions will be there. There will be 2 virtual machines given to you. Okay. So you have to perform 10 questions on each, total 20 questions. And yeah, so this is how the first exam is like. Linux fundamentals complete. If you ask about the questions, the question pattern will be like this. From each and every topic, there will be 1 or 2 questions from each and every topic. For example, let me open the topics. Hold on. Yeah, here it is. So as I discussed this last time as well, so there are at least 20 to 25 topics in RHCSA. So I have combined them into 8 or 9. Let's see what are these. First one is understand and use essential tools, which means basic commands. Okay. Then create simple shell scripts. As I told you, after the end of the course, we are going to learn how we can use shell scripts for automating our work. Okay. Then operate running systems. So we can, using some commands, we can manage the running of processes which are running in the background. We can adjust the process priority. Okay. So basically process management, how to copy files from one server to another like that. All of this is under operate running systems. Then configure local storage. So this is the storage part. How to deal with the hard disk, how to create a partition, how to create file system, how to save your data like that. And how many types of partitions are there. Okay. And then deploy, configure, maintain systems, like how to install any application. Let's say you want to install a web server, you want to host a website. So how to install that? There are actually, everything is done with the help of command. So everything is command based. We will be using commands throughout the course. Okay, and then basic networking, how to apply the IP address, how to change the IP address and all those things, the basic stuff. Then manage user and groups. Okay, user management. If any user needs to access your server, the username should be present. And if you are the admin, maybe you need to create a user ID. Okay. Manage security. In Linux, there are two important security modules. First one is Firewall. Second one is SE Linux, Security Enhanced Linux. Okay, so we are going to see how we can manage these two security modules. And you're gonna get question for every topic. As I told you, there will be question for SE Linux, there will be a question for Firewall. Then towards the end, we have containers. Okay, so in containers, you will learn how to create a container from scratch, how to download a existing container from online registry, how to attach a container storage, how to convert a container into a service. There are multiple things. Okay, container is something you should know by default. Even if you don't know Linux, you should know container. You should know at least the automation tool. These are essential topics that you should know, key skills. Even whenever you're trying to even if you're trying to get a new job right now as a fresher or experienced, you will see they will be asking, do you know any automation tool, do you know containers? Everything will be asked in the JD, job description. Okay, so this is a key skill right now. All right, and then finally Ansible, how you can install Ansible, configure Ansible, like that. So Ansible will not be there in the exam, but yes, till containers you're gonna get questions. Okay, 1 or 2 questions from each topic, 20 questions in total. All right.
Hi, I am Alex. I have a question.
So
also.
Yeah, hi Alex.
I was looking at the Red Hat official page,
Mm-hmm.
and as we know, now is the version 9 of the OS.
Correct.
So the course is aligned to that new objectives, or it's mixed with the previous version 8?
The course right now is aligned with version 9, although I will be teaching you about the changes also, or we can say what was there in previous version 8, and what is new in version 9, so that when you go to the market, when you go when you start working as a Linux admin, you know what's going on. The fact is, Red Hat version 9 is the latest one. The
Yes.
the industry is yet to migrate to the latest version because the migration takes time. Okay, so what I assume is within like 1 year or so, the industry is going to slowly migrate to version 9. Right now, the current relevant version is version 8, but you as a Linux student, you should know version 8 and version 9. So accordingly, I'll be teaching you all of the points. Okay.
Yeah, I know. But regarding the exam, we're going to prepare for the version 9, right?
For the exam,
That's
you're going to
my big
prepare
concern.
for version 9. Yeah. I think you're
Okay.
going to enroll for version 9 only.
We are going to cover the whole topics of the
Yes.
new objectives?
Yes. The complete objectives of RSCS version 9.
Okay, and my last question is, the cost of the course covers the exam?
I think exam needs to be purchased separately. More information can be, you can get the more information from the sales team, because I'm not sure what package you have purchased for this course. Is it an individual course or a kind of a combination? So
Okay,
you can,
I'm going to talk to
yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah, all right. You're welcome.
Amit, Vijay here.
Yes. Yeah, hi Vijay.
Hi. So I have a couple of questions. Like as you said now recently that I think so the migration and all this thing is going on the industries.
Yes.
So are you going to cover this migration, like how we are migrating from 8 to 9, and like what about the older versions?
Yeah, sure. Although it's not there in the course, but yes, I'll tell you how to migrate from RHEL 8 to RHEL 9.
Okay.
It's very easy. Actually, it's just one command. Yeah.
Okay. And what about like the older version, like presently, like in the industries, like still they are using 6 and 7. Okay.
Yeah. See, let me tell you, RHEL 6 is end of life. End of life means, hold on.
No, I got it on this.
Yeah.
It is support is expired. But
Yeah, support is expired. Red Hat is no longer making any developments on RHEL 9, no patches, no updates, nothing. Okay.
Yeah.
But yes, RHEL 7 is very much in use. RHEL 8 is very much in use. Okay. So yeah. So yes, from RHEL 6 to 7, the migration is possible. Although there are some steps, 3-4 steps are involved. If you want, I can share that as well. But mostly you will be seeing RHEL 7 to 8 and 8 to 9, not 6 to 7. Very rare it will be, because normally what you're going to see is RHEL 6 will be completely removed and fresh from scratch. RHEL 7 will be installed on the servers. But still there are some exceptions. Sometimes, client doesn't want to, delete the previous application setting configuration like that. So they want to retain everything. So for them also, there are some steps. Although there might be some issues, but still there are some steps which also Red Hat also claims that there might be issues with these steps. Okay. So yeah, as we progress, we're gonna explain all of these. We're gonna have some sort of demo.
So we're going to take the practical session on this, right? Not
everything. Yeah, no, everything is practical.
Yeah. So about this migration also, like whatever you talk now, just we discuss that.
Yeah, definitely. We can have a session for this one, for migration one. Okay. So it's actually, if we talk about the courseware, yes, it's part of the courseware. If how to migrate.
And second thing, like
I could not get your question. Please repeat.
No, and second thing is that like in industry, like there are actual on the field, there are a couple of activities that we need to perform it, right? So especially RSCS, I do understand this is basic and initial level, but like what about like if I enroll for the advanced? Okay. So I'm having this question, like what about like patching satellite server? Like how presently like everywhere is using satellite server for patching, right? So
yeah, correct.
How we are going to cover this topic? Like is this part of our topics, or like we are just covering basic on this?
Satellite server is not part of the RSCS course. Satellite server is a separate course by Red Hat. Although I will be explaining you how things work, how patching works in the industry. Okay. So ultimately we are going to use yum command. Yum command is going to connect to some repository. Repository can be on the satellite server, or it can be online on Red Hat servers. Okay. It depends on the configuration, network configuration of your organization. Like if I tell you my experience, when I was in IBM, some of the servers were able to connect to the internet only to the Red Hat network. So on those servers were not connected to the satellite server. Okay. But the other Linux servers which could not connect to the internet or to the Red Hat network, they were all connected to the satellite server. Okay. So again, I'll explain you all the scenarios, how things work. Even if you don't have satellite, still you can patch. You can download the patches, you can download the packages, the updates, and update the operating system. It's very much possible. Without satellite, without internet, you can do it.
Okay. And the last question is like, what about like, like all the systems are hosted on the virtual center, right? So like
vSphere.
vSphere, yeah. So how like you will get the exposure? Like, will we get this kind of knowledge also on this? Because here like on the virtual PC, virtual box, okay. So that is for like, like something different that which is not on actual on the field, right?
Yeah. So this VMware player is for personal use, as you know. But in the industries, you get a separate application which is called vSphere. On vSphere, you're gonna have multiple physical servers combined together to form a cluster, a pool of resources, and then you can create virtual machine on top of that, right?
So like, are we going to cover the server build and all this thing on the vCenter? Like it's not on the
vCenter installation and VMware player installation is exactly the same. Whatever I have taught you is exactly the same. Although with the help of screenshots and official documents, I'll tell you how it is done. Okay. So see, vSphere, we are not covering vSphere, but yes, whatever knowledge I have from my experience, I'm going to share. Because, ultimately,
like, will you get any practical knowledge sharing on the screen?
I don't have the vSphere setup in my lab, in my home lab. But what I'll do is I'll ask network teams. I think they have a vSphere setup. Okay, I'll get the access, and when I have the access, I'll log into the vCenter and I'll show it to you how you can create a virtual machine and install and manage basic things.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the top on Notepad, like you mentioned, like 50 hours. So that is only for RSCS or like it's including RSC?
50 hours is for preparation of RSCSA. Okay. RSCSA includes Linux fundamentals, basic shell scripting, and basic Ansible automation. Okay.
Okay. And are you covering the RSC topic also? Because I'm interested on the RSC actually.
Yeah. So for the RSCE, the basic Ansible automation is the starting point. So if I tell you about RSCE, it is 100% Ansible, which means you need to have complete knowledge of Ansible automation tool. Okay. Which includes, again, there are 25 topics in Ansible automation, starting from the basic to advanced to roles, variables, loops, conditions. There are so many things. Ansible Galaxy. Okay. So what I do normally is I just create a what do you call it? A Google Drive. Okay. And in the Google Drive, I share most of the resources. For example, in ebooks, like this is a Google Drive for June batch, which is ongoing. And if you see this ebooks, I have ebooks for Linux course. I have ebooks for Ansible complete. I have my personal Ansible notes as well. Everything is already shared in advance. Okay. So what you can do is once we finish Ansible course, the basics, you can open this learning Ansible PDF, go through the pages one by one, follow my notes. Okay, you will be able to complete Ansible self by all yourself. And trust me, I used this book only to clear the exam. I did not enroll to any special course. When I cleared the RSCE exam, I just used this book. That's it. Okay.
It's an official Reddit book or like it's prepared by someone, like it's something
no,
like
it's
from you?
No, it's from packet.com, not the official book. Official books cannot be shared. Whatever official book you get from Red Hat will have your email address embedded, okay, in every page, and you cannot share that ebook. It's for your own use. Okay. So yeah, but don't worry, whatever I share, whatever PPTs or document I share will have the same content from that official ebook, and you won't miss anything.
So, and what is the hours for the RSCE to get it done?
RSCE is again 50 additional hours. And you get, yeah. And the exam pattern is like 4-hour duration exam, where you get 6 machines, 6 virtual machines. You have to automate stuff on 6 virtual machines. For example, there will be a question to install web server. So you have to install web server on all of these 6 machines. So likewise, there are at least 20 questions here as well.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So again, it's 4 hours, 20 questions, 6 virtual machines in RSCE. And once you clear RSCE, you become Red Hat certified engineer. All right.
Okay.
So yeah.
I have last question.
Yes, please.
Okay. So my requirement is that presently I'm on the Windows. Okay. And I don't have any basic knowledge on the Linux also.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah.
And I got job on the Linux admin. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
And I have only now 50 days left in my hand. Okay. So I don't like how to cover all this both RSCS and RSC, because I join as a L2 engineer there. I'm joining as an L2 engineer. I have 50 days only in my hand. So can you suggest on this, like how to quickly train on this? Because I know the basic stuff on the Windows level. Okay. So it will be easy for me to understand the concept, but like on Linux, that is definitely it is a command based. So I don't know, like what is your approach on this, or should I separately discuss with you? Because
no, it's fine. No, it's fine. I normally get such candidates, such students in the class where someone is already working and who is looking for some, quick solution or sort of a crash course. So let me give you the solution or the way out. What you can do is try to join the daily classes. So when you enroll to the course, you get access to the portal, right? When you get access to the portal, networking's portal, student portal, you get access to old videos as well. Okay. So what I prefer you is you can revisit the old videos as well as the daily classes for your doubts, and the old videos to speed up your course. Okay. So you can just on your own pace, watch the videos, make notes, and note your doubts, and in the live classes every day which I'm going to take, you can ask your doubts. Okay, so this is one approach. You said that you have 50 days to cover your basic Linux and Ansible, right?
Yeah.
So you can start Ansible midway. Once you cover 50% of Linux fundamentals, you can start Ansible. Okay, it doesn't mean that you need to cover entire Linux fundamentals. You can start Ansible midway, and I have already given you ebook. I will already give you ebook via Google Drive link. I will create a separate Google Drive. Okay.
Okay.
So you will have the same files and same PDFs, same books. You can start learning Ansible from this ebook. Okay. It's like that. And you can ask me questions on Engage portal. Online on the student portal, there is Engage portal where you can post your questions. I directly get an email and I can reply to you whenever I have time, right? So you can just directly post your questions regarding Ansible, regarding Linux, anything. Everyone. This is for everyone.
Okay, so one last question on same. Okay, so let's take example like if I enroll for a daily batch. Okay. Post lecture, like maybe like mostly we are covering evening, right? So this batch.
Yes.
So let's take example like we done this session and I'm having some doubt, right? So once we done this batch, I think so late night we cannot call to you, right, for any clarification. May next day I need to wait it, right? And may like if
what you can do is you can immediately post a query in Engage portal. Okay, so normally as I told you, email is configured on my phone. The moment you post a question, I'll get an email. I'll get a notification. So I can straight away answer you from there also. Yeah.
So my concern is on high priority to how I can get it trained. And like if I have any doubts, okay. So because presently like we are not doing practice in the physical lab, right? So like we are not in the class, okay. So let's take example like today I'm on leave, okay, and I entered I have to do practice, okay. And what about like as you said, like there is one of the media that I think so I can reach out to you by dropping or posting this comment on your online portal, okay.
Yeah.
But still like let's take example like may you will get 2 hours or 3 hours to revert on this, and may again it is like it's again like as on my it is my own concern actually because on it is higher priority for me, okay.
Yeah.
So do you have any alternative solution like who can help me like when I'm doing practice and if I'm having any doubts, okay. So to whom should I call, like maybe through video if I going through the video, okay. So sometimes it is like very difficult to relate or may understand it, okay. Even though like if you are having video, so that time only I think so like at least till basic cover, basic things till I'm on ground level. So I need support. So do you have any alternative solution? Because in your absence or may like how quickly I will get the support?
What you can do is, let's say you are stuck in some activity, maybe in your workplace, and you need some help with Linux, right? What you can do is you can just reach out to the what do you call it, the sales team, okay, and the person answers the call will be able to connect you with me or some other trainer, Linux trainer, who is in networkings. Okay, so this is for the emergency. And if you're learning, if you're having some doubts, then you can just post your query in Engage portal, or you can ping me on LinkedIn. Okay, I recommend everyone to just connect me on LinkedIn. I'll show my profile. You can just connect me on LinkedIn, and on the LinkedIn you have messages option. You can just drop me a message and you'll see that I'm online and I can reply to you, right? So Engage portal, LinkedIn, and the last one is the call one. So you can call the team, support team, and they can connect me, or they can connect the another trainer for your query.
Okay, so like other trainer can also help, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. This is what I'm expecting actually. If I'm really getting the support during daytime, so that will be great. So like I can do a regular practice, and then if any doubt, I can clear and I can move it, right?
Yeah. So the good thing is we have designed this course in such a way that doubts or you won't be having any doubts by the end of the day. Okay. So and you'll see when you revisit the old videos, you'll see things are properly explained. All the all the black and white is separated and explained properly. All the if else conditions are also discussed throughout the video on every topic. So yeah, so we have tried our best to cover maximum what we can do in 1 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes every day. So yeah.
So
Yeah.
can you share at least one video just for just to understand like how, as you said, okay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
is it possible for you
There
at
is
least
a
for-
there is a 11-hour video on YouTube, which is me explaining Linux, the first 11 hours of the course. So you can just go to 𝐊𝐿𝐭𝐰𝐨, type Linux full course in 11 hours like this. So this is the title of the course.
on the video on the YouTube?
Yeah, on YouTube, 𝐊𝐿𝐭𝐰𝐴 channel. Just search for Linux 11 hours course.
Okay.
Okay, so you'll get the video. You can have a kind of a preview what I'm going to teach you.
Okay.
Although that is on version 8, and version 8 and version 9 are not very much different, but yes, there are 1 or 2 points which you should know. Otherwise, everything is the same.
Yeah, but like my friend suggested, like wherever I'm now moving, okay, he suggested like please get training on 7 and 8. Okay. So
Yeah, so
mostly
7 and 8 are same. There is no
7 and 8
difference.
are same, right?
Yeah,
So,
these are no difference. Again, 7, 8, 9. Minor differences are there. Very small. Okay.
so will we cover that, or like it is like
Yeah,
if it is major?
obviously. In the slides, I have actually highlighted everything. What is in 7 and what difference is in 8, what difference is in 9. So as we proceed, you're gonna get details of everything. Okay. And during the course also, you can just unmute and ask. If I miss anything, you can ask. Okay.
Okay, got it. Got it.
I have a question, sir. I have a
Yes.
question, sir.
Yes.
Well, I'm 𝐊𝐤𝐭𝐰𝐨𝐫𝐤. I'm joining from Germany.
Yeah. Hi.
My question is, do you have any resources where we can have access for further reading or research also? Is there a book or
Yeah.
ebook on the fundamentals? Yeah.
Yes. So this is the book that we are going to that you can follow. I will create a Google Drive for this batch, and I'm going to save all the books regarding Linux, regarding Ansible on that Google Drive. Okay. So you can use this ebook. It has plenty of exercises, plenty of questions for practice, and it will really help you a lot with this course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Not just this ebook. I have a crash course also like this Linux PDF. No, not this one. Hold on. These are some Linux command. Yeah. So this is a kind of a crash course of 50 or 60 odd pages where you're gonna get all the essential commands, most commonly used options like that. So what I recommend is just go through the class for at least 10 to 15 days so that you are able to understand what's written in the books. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How many levels are there in Linux? How many levels? Do you have the fundamentals? Then you have what level again, sir?
Yeah. So let me give you a kind of overview. So first level is RSCS, in which you learn the Linux fundamentals. Then the second level is automation, which is called RSCE, and you have to be equipped with Ansible automation tool. So which is for pure automation, no commands are used in this, only Ansible modules and Ansible commands are there, okay, for the automation. So the third, Ansible is a tool, a program, which is used for automation. Automation like, let's say, create Amit user on 100 Linux servers. If you don't know Ansible or Bash shell scripting, you will log into each server one by one and create the Amit user, right? Which will take how much? Let's say 3-4 hours. But if you know Ansible, you can just write one single command like this: Ansible all -m user -a name Amit. That's it. So this single command will run on all of the 100 servers, and Amit user will be created within like 3, 4, or 5 minutes maximum. So within 5 minutes, your job will be done. So this is the power of Ansible automation tool. So this Ansible command is the Ansible tool itself. Okay. Okay. So after the fundamentals, what to learn? So then there are separate courses. First category is microservices, in which you will learn containers, Kubernetes, and container management, like that. Okay. Second is virtualization. So just like vSphere, which is from VMware, a similar product is from Red Hat as well, which is called RHEV, Red Hat Enterprise Virtualization. Okay, RHEV. So you can go to this career path as well, where you will learn everything about virtualization, virtual network, virtualized hardware, everything. Okay. And the third part is cloud. Okay. So in cloud, the product is called OpenStack. This is again from Red Hat. Okay. And in microservices, the product is called OpenShift. Okay. In virtualization, it is called RHEV. In cloud, it is called OpenStack. So cloud means if any company or any organization wants their in-house cloud, they have the hardware and they want to create their in-house cloud, private cloud, they can use OpenStack software from Red Hat and they can create their own in-house cloud. Okay. RHEV is just like a vSphere solution. Okay. We can create virtual machine on top of physical hardware, like that. All right.
Are these courses offered by the networkings?
OpenShift is offered, only OpenShift is offered right now. So what we offer is RSCSA, RSCE, and OpenShift. These three courses are offered by NetworkKings. We do not offer virtualization and OpenStack yet. Although we are planning, maybe in 2-3 months, we're going to have a proper plan and then we're going to roll it out.
Amit,
Okay.
one doubt.
Yes. Yeah.
Difference between OpenShift and OpenStack. What is the difference between OpenShift and OpenStack?
Yeah, OpenShift is containers plus Kubernetes and everything about container management. That comes under OpenShift. Do you know what is container?
I know that.
Basic idea.
A basic idea.
Yeah. Okay. So, you know, when we talk about containers, there are so many stuff like auto scaling, vertical scaling, horizontal scaling, reporting. So everything is covered, and as well as automation. Everything is
like
covered
Docker?
in, yeah, Docker. Yeah.
Okay.
Docker is not used in Red Hat. The replacement command of Docker is podman, PODMAN. Instead of Docker, we will use podman command in OpenShift. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And OpenStack is altogether a different thing. Just like, I don't know if you know AWS or Azure. When you log into AWS console, you get multiple services. Like you can create a virtual machine, you can have a cloud storage, you can have a cloud database. Same services are also offered by OpenStack. The difference is AWS is a public solution. OpenStack is for private solution. Like let's say use case is Paytm. Paytm organization, Paytm company uses their own in-house private cloud and they use OpenStack to maintain it. Okay, so they are using Red Hat OpenStack, the latest version. They have a dedicated team who are working on OpenStack and maintaining the cloud. And there are end users who are creating virtual machines on the cloud, who are creating, let's say, storage resources or database resources on the cloud, like that, for their own use. It's like that. Containers is just like hosting an application. Okay, so you're hosting an application, maybe a web server, maybe database server, a cluster of web server, a cluster of database server. On top of it, you have Kubernetes for management, reporting, everything. Okay, so complete solution is called OpenShift. You also get an OpenShift dashboard. Okay, certain things can be done with just clicks with the dashboard. You log into dashboard, you can just click 2-3 things and your work can be done. But for some, you need to run some commands. Okay, it's like that.
So Amit, this OpenShift and this like it is a part of RSC or like it is a separate?
Separate. These are all separate. RSCSA is level 1, RSCE is level 2, and then for level 3, you have to decide on which path you want to go. You want to go on the OpenShift path, then there are 2 to 3 exams. You want to go in virtualization path, again there are 2 to 3 exams. Ultimately, the top level is called RHCA, Red Hat Certified Architect. In total, you have to get 7 certifications. Okay. First two are RSCSA, RSCE. These are the first two. And third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. This will depend on the career path. Sorry, the certification path you choose. There are three paths: microservices, virtualization, and OpenStack. So all of these will have at least five or four certification in each. Okay. Ultimately, the top level is called RSCSA, and RSCA. And when you are RSCA, you know everything. You know about virtualization basics. You know about containers. You know about OpenStack. You know about automation, Ansible. You know advanced Ansible. Everything is covered. Security, SE Linux, firewall, everything. All right.
Okay.
Hello,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes.
So I want to ask you, the language of the course is English, or we can use Hindi as well?
Yeah, see, now we have kept English as the primary, but if you have a doubt, you want to get the clarification in Hindi as well, I'm open to that.
Your support team tell me the course language is Hindi as well. You can use Hindi.
Yeah,
So that's why I
primary
asked
is
the
it's
question.
English, but we can have in Hindi also for the clarification for your doubts.
Okay,
If
sir.
you have a doubt, you can ask me in Hindi. No worries.
So because I'm a fresher, so that's why I asked the question, sir.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. So this course is for freshers, for everyone.
Yes.
You know, so the methodology is what we adapt is even the fresher can also understand, and obviously
Yes, sir.
experienced also can also understand, right? Okay, so let's have a look at the virtual machine which we were creating. Yeah,
Yeah,
hello.
Amit, very last question.
Yes,
this is again Vijay. Okay.
Yeah.
Very last question. So,
Yeah, no worries.
let's take an example, like if I enroll for you this course, okay, and maybe I complete this course, and like you are sharing the videos also.
Yes, yeah, on daily basis,
But like,
videos are
couple
uploaded.
of, but couple of should provides, like like if you are done the course well, or like in partially I left. So is it like, even though if I paid the full amount, okay, so is it again like, is it possible to attend any next batch, something like that, like do we have this provision, or
I think we do have. Sometimes people or students face some situations that they are not able to cover the course, so they do enroll in the next available course. And for that, you actually need to talk to the team, because I'm not the right
something?
person to give the answer on this question. What you can do is just contact the sales team. Okay, they're gonna guide
Okay.
you. Yeah, from my experience, I think I have seen some students joining another batch of mine because they were not able to continue. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Amit. I think so. I cleared all the doubts. Thanks for this.
Yeah, no worries.
Hi, Amit. This side. I have one doubt. Hello.
Guys, one by one. Let me call out the names. Yeah, Ganesh, can you ask it out?
Yeah. Whether we will get any lab or
if you have enrolled to the course, you will get access to this lab. You see this on the screen, racks.nwkings.com. This is our own in-house lab. We have invested in the servers, and we have the 24/7 running lab. Okay.
Fine.
So yeah. Okay. Next is Dell. I don't know who is Dell. Yeah, hi. Yeah, hi.
Actually, last 6 months onwards, I'm working in a networking domain as a SD-WAN domain.
Okay. Nice.
SD-WAN is it's purely it's Ubuntu.
Correct.
That we are working on Ubuntu. Actually, is it any difference Ubuntu or Red Hat?
Difference of Ubuntu and Red Hat is basically few commands. Like if you want to update Red Hat operating system, you will use yum. If you want to update Ubuntu, you will use apt. Otherwise, fundamentals are the same. Whatever you learn in this course will be applied to all of the Linux operating systems, except one or two commands. Okay.
Okay. Actually, I'm new in domain. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah. No worries. Yeah. Yes, Saurabh, you have any question?
Basically, I have a doubt that in case if we have to move towards cloud, AWS Azure, so we need to do RSCSA or RSCE as well.
See, what I recommend is before you move into the cloud, you should have the platform knowledge. Platform in the sense Linux operating system or Windows operating system. Why do we prefer Linux? Because if you check the DevOps tools, all the DevOps tools are more compatible with Linux, right? Let's say this Ansible automation tool. This can be installed on only Linux server. Okay, so that's why Linux is a more preferred operating system when it comes to cloud adaptation of cloud or automation on the cloud or overall DevOps. Okay, so yeah, so Linux and then cloud. Or you can also go parallelly as well if you're willing, if you have the capacity or the time, you can go parallelly. Just learn Linux and cloud parallelly.
Okay, so basically RSCE is not the prerequisite for cloud.
No, it's not the prerequisite. It's an added advantage. If you know RSCE, which means you know Ansible automation. If you know Ansible automation, you can create Ansible automation for deployment on cloud and all those things, cloud management, all those things.
Okay, so we can learn cloud environment as well if we have RSCS.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, Vivek, any question?
Yes, sir. Because sir, I am working as a network engineer right now, and I am in the business of NTI. NTI is sensors, and there's these kind of controllers are using the Linux-based operating system.
Right. Appliances.
Yes. So how much we go in that depth actually? I just want to know that.
See, if you know the fundamentals, you will be able to operate any Linux operating system. Even if it is a virtual appliance, even if it is a full-fledged operating system, you will not have any difficulty. Okay. It's all about the commands. You should know how to open a file, how to navigate, how to modify the files, how to start a service, stop a service. That's it. Okay. Yes, when we go into the depth, we should know the security point like firewall and 𝐊𝐢𝐧𝐠𝐬, or maybe troubleshooting. Maybe you are part of any BAU team operations and you join as L2, L3. You should know the troubleshooting, right? If the operating system is not coming up, you have to troubleshoot, fix it, like that. So everything is covered. Let me show you my slides. See, if I go to towards the end, yeah. So starting here, we are starting 𝐊𝐢𝐧𝐠𝐬, then firewall, then we are getting into grub. Grub is related to the booting process. Okay, and then understanding the booting process. When we understand booting process, we can start the troubleshooting. Okay, when we start troubleshooting, we can go to the other things also, and then recover the root password. All of these things are structured. Okay. So yeah, so we are gonna cover everything. We have 50 hours, so don't worry.
Because NTI devices are they are using the script shell actually. They are more using Linux based.
Yeah, absolutely. Those operating systems are modified versions, maybe of CentOS, and underneath they are actually Linux. They are using Linux kernel. Okay. So yeah, so you will be able to manage if required. You will be able to run commands as well. Not a problem. Okay. Although you need to refer to the documentation also, because when they customize this operating system, they add new commands. Okay.
Yes.
So you need to know those commands as well, which I might not know. Right.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, Rudra, you have any question? Rudra Thakur.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah. Hi, Rudra.
Basically, yes, sir. I am basically learning CCNA from networking. So my question is that I should learn this certificate now or later.
See, if you learn it now, it will be in your favor because are you working somewhere right now?
No, sir. No.
No. Okay. So you're searching for a job, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So it will help you with your job searching. So see, by the time you finish CCNA, you will be midway in the Linux and you will be in a good position to mention Linux in your CV. Okay. So yeah, so what I recommend is if you have bandwidth, if you have the capacity, you can start Linux parallelly. Okay. Okay, guys. So let me just quickly restart the system at it says restart, and let's see how the home screen looks like. And then we're gonna close this call. It's over 1 hour right now.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Just I have a doubt.
Yeah,
Because
please.
I have a background of Windows. So when we are installing for server, we are using different types of services like AAD, DNS, DHCP. That kind of services we are using in Linux?
No. Although you can connect your Linux server with AD, but we are not using such services. DNS is a separate server altogether, separate service altogether, and a separate course altogether. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah. So this is how the login page looks like when you finish installing. And let's wait. And yeah, that's it. And this is the login screen. Sorry, the home page or the desktop you get. Okay, a nice wallpaper mentioning 9 for the version. On the left, you see activities. When you click activities, you get a dock at the bottom of the screen. Okay, some applications are already added. There is one application terminal. So in this black box, we are going to write the commands. We are going to type. We are going to learn Linux basically in this terminal application. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll just increase the font size so that next time we have proper font. Hold on. Yeah. So now it looks better, right? So we are going to learn all the commands on this terminal application. So yeah, so this is the activities tab. And then we have the settings on the extreme right. You see 3 buttons, group of 3 buttons, click it. You get additional settings like setting, power off, power on, like that. Laptop performance, power profiles, power save, balanced, high performance, like that. Then we have settings. So these are the complete settings for your Linux operating system. What I want you guys to do is try to install this Red Hat version 9 on your laptop, on your desktop, if it's on the hardware. Okay, and then try to play with these options, activities or the settings, like that. Okay, and tomorrow in the next class,
Sir, ये
yeah.
VMware में install कर सकते हैं ना sir?
Yes, I'm using VMware only. ये VMware
Okay,
है,
sir.
VMware player.
अच्छा,
Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right. So just check the chat. I have given 2 links. First link is to download and register on the Red Hat. Download the Red Hat 9 operating system. Second link is for the virtual, VMware player download link. Okay. So
Sir,
yeah.
could you please share दोबारा से कर सकते हो? मैं थोड़ा late
Yeah, no worries, no worries. I'm pasting both the links. Hold on.
Thank you, sir.
So these are the 2 links. You cannot copy them from the chat, but yes, you can click and open in a new tab in a browser and then copy. Okay. Okay, guys. So this is it for today. We are over 1 hour mark for today. In the next class, we're gonna proceed with the normal class, like from slide number 1. Okay, starting from the architecture of Linux, so that we understand how the commands are working, how everything is working in Linux, right? And then slowly moving towards the user part, the basic commands and all those things. Okay. Okay, guys. So this is it for today. Let's meet in the next class. Till then, bye-bye. Good night, everyone.
Bye, sir. Good night.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Good night, sir.
Good night, sir. Bye-bye.